Hi guys, I'm just gonna wait a second. Okay, good, y'all can still see me. That big light was bothering me. I'm just gonna wait a second and see if some people hop on. Please excuse my no makeup, sweaty face. I have just decided that I'm not putting on makeup for the rest of the summer because I only have a week left, and then I have to put my face on because I'll scare some fourth graders. So I just wanted to give you a few minutes to hop on before I start talking. I've written down some notes, and I've also written down some things that you guys have said were common, like objections that you guys have heard. So if you think of any other ones towards the end, please shout them out to me, and I will do my best to talk about those. And I'm going to try and save this video too, so that like if you need a refresher later on in your business or whatever, I'm going to save it to my YouTube so that you can go back and look at it, because we all need to be constantly learning. I'm in Boss Babe Leaders that Maggie and Kristen are doing, and I'm just so pumped, and I love all the participation that's been going on our team page. I was just talking to Anna about that. Like, that gives me so much life and just makes me want to work so much harder. Hey, Chrissy. All right, so to value you guys' time, I am going to get started. If I keep looking away, it's because I have my notes on the computer, because this is like a really big topic and there's a lot of things I want to say about it, and I don't want to forget anything, so excuse that. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to say is that every single objection or excuse can't be busted. So there are some people who are just going to come up with every excuse under the book about not wanting to join, and that's fine. Keep them as your customer, keep them as a good party host, keep them in your circle. I will say that no doesn't always mean no forever, so some people may change their mind and come back later. But also know that there are some people that just never want to do a direct sales, never want to join, and that's okay. That does not define you. That does not devalue you because somebody doesn't want to join Scentsy or somebody says no. And that's one of the hardest things to learn, because a lot of us take it personal if someone ignores us or if they just are negative about the business. We take it personal. And you just have to remember that you can't be the sunshine for everybody, and you can't be the light for everybody, and not everybody's going to understand network marketing and appreciate it the way that we do. But just know that these are things that I found and some other directors have found, because I reached out to some other people to kind of give me some answers on this stuff too. So anyway, I'm going to get started. The first thing, the three things that I want to like say is like the precursor or like the meat of this is, number one, to be honest, because you never want to convince someone to join your team. You always want to be honest with them. That's number one. Number two is empathize with them. Understand what their excuse is or what their objection is. And the last one is to offer a solution. So be honest, empathize, offer a solution. That is like the meat of this call. So whenever you are having a conversation with a potential team member, you want to be prepared and you want to be knowledgeable of the product and of our compensation plan and things like that. So if you're not very knowledgeable, you need to do that and do your background knowledge at first, especially someone that's like super skeptical. You don't want them to feel like you don't know what you're talking about, but you want to have convincing responses with positivity. If you are not positive, no one is going to want to join your team. Now, there are people that are going to be negative Nancy's and just suck the life out of you and be negative about it. And if that's how they're going to be, you don't want them on your team. You don't want someone in your ear that's negative all the time. So remember always to lead with positivity. Another thing that I'll say is that if they are responding to you with an objection, that's not necessarily a bad thing, because they're giving you the opportunity to come up with a solution. Think about that. If they just ignore you and don't say anything, then there's really not much more you can say. They may come back to you months later. I've had people do that. I've reached out to them and they've ignored me and said nothing, and then come back months later wanting information. But if someone is completely uninterested, they're going to ignore you if they don't know what to say, or they're just going to say, I'm not interested. But if they come up with a concern, that is giving you the opportunity to come up with a solution and find an answer for it, if that makes sense. So when you do hear an objection, it's very important that you address it in a positive and professional way. You don't want to degrade or minimize their objection, because to them it's a really big deal. I want you guys to think about maybe what was holding you back from joining Scentsy, and then what was finally the thing that made you jump, because a lot of people make these crazy big problems up in their head, and really there's nothing there. And I know I'm a very anxious person, so I will literally make a monster out of nothing, because that's just the way my brain works. And there's so many other people that are like that. So never minimize their problem. So you listen to the objection before handling it. And what I mean by that is, don't talk. When they're typing or you're having a conversation, listen. Put your best listening ears on and don't interrupt them. Let them fully get out all of their things that they want to say about why they just don't want to join, okay? So listen. That is the most important thing when someone's telling you why they don't want to join, because you want to hear exactly what they think, not your spin on it. So then, after you listen, you need to empathize with it. You need to let them know why that you take their objection seriously, or restate it to them. Like, for example, if someone says, I don't have enough time, you can say, I completely understand you saying that you don't have enough time. I get that. I'm a mom, I'm a teacher, I have all these things going on, but what I find is that busy people find ways to get things done. So I understand that you're saying that you feel like you're too busy, but blah, 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 blah. So you want to kind of restate what is bothering them. If that's not your normal conversation and you're not somebody that would normally repeat things, you don't have to repeat exactly what it is. But while you're going through your answer or what you can do to solve that objection, remember to just stay super on task of what they said was their objection. So don't give them another objection while you're empathizing with them. And when I say empathize with them honestly. If you are not busy, don't say you're busy. Use somebody else as an example that is busy. Use me, use your team member, whatever. But be honest. So if someone's saying they're too busy, you want to empathize with that one way or another. If somebody says they're not a salesperson and you are a salesperson, you don't want to say, I understand, I'm not a salesperson either, because you want to be honest. You want to say, I get that. A lot of people on my team weren't salespeople, but they've still found success by doing blah, 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 blah. So empathize with them. And then, sorry, I'm out of breath. Pregnancy sucks sometimes, because out of breath is my biggest issue. And then just at the end of your conversation, you're wanting to check for understanding after you offer your solution. So you want to ask them if that kind of answered their concern, if they have any other questions, things like that. So the main things, remember, be honest and listen, empathize and reinforce honestly. If you can't identify with that situation, find a person on our team that can identify with that situation. And then you offer a solution. Honesty, empathize, offer a solution. Okay? Hopefully you guys got that. Now, I'm going to go over some things that you guys have said or other people have said are some common objections. One thing I've had people say is that there's too many consultants. I know too many people that sell. It's saturated. Well, first of all, I'm going to tell you that through all the trainings that I've went to through Scentsy, there is still room for growth. Nowhere, even right where home office is too saturated. It's not possible. I think they said there's one consultant for every 1,300 people. I don't have 1,300 customers. And if some of y'all have 1,300 customers, I need to know how you're doing it. So if that's the number, think about all the people that we could still bless if we continue to bring in Scentsy people, because everybody's circle is different. So your friends, and one thing I would say is your friends and family are always going to be loyal to you. Even if your friend sells Scentsy, your friends and family are going to flock to you. You're not going to be taking customers from them, but friends and family are obviously going to be more loyal to you than Joe Blow down the street. Talk to every cousin, aunt, grandparent, best friend, coworker, and tell them how much it would help you if they hosted a Scentsy party. Ask them to invite all their friends, coworkers, and offer to send them written invitations. So offer to do a little bit of the work for them. I know that may be crazy to some of y'all, but a lot of people need that extra push, and then they can be rock stars. Once you get the ball rolling, it's not going to stop. Every party you host is going to gain you new loyal customers, and there's room for success for every single one of you. And what I'll say also when people say there's too many consultants, I know too many people. Number one, and then I take this very seriously, not everybody works their business. There are so many people that only put in the 200 every 3 months. That's not working your business. I mean, I love y'all, and if that's what you want to do, that's fine. But if they're not taking really good care of their customers are going to go to someone who has orders going in all the time, and that's really taking care of them, because it's just truth. Not everybody works their business, period. Number two, a lot of people think that they know so many people that sell Scentsy just because of their Facebook feed. Well, number one, most of the time they're probably liking all those Scentsy posts. And the way Facebook algorithm is set up is when you like something, Facebook tells Facebook that you want to see more things like that. So a lot of you guys, you probably see all kinds of crazy Scentsy people all day long on your Facebook. And that's because we're liking and commenting and interacting with each other. To change that, you have to go out of those people and comment and like on their stuff, and then it's going to start showing up in your feed again. That's why a lot of people will say, well, I can't find any more people. Well, go through your actual Facebook friends, not your feed, your friends, and find people to put on your dream team and find people to start connecting with. I automatically see Chrissy and Bailey's and Jen Gray's and Rebecca's, all their stuff all the time, because I'm always commenting and liking on it. We're talking a lot on my team page, so it shows up on my feed. But the second I start going and talking to dream team members and following them, that's when their stuff starts popping up on my Facebook again. So a lot of times they think that they know too many people, but it's really, those are just the people they're seeing. Hopefully that makes sense. Okay, next one. I don't have enough time. I hate that, because that is the biggest excuse ever, because everyone is busy, whether it's at work, being a mom, being a wife, being a family member, kids doing sports, whatever. I don't think anybody is too busy to work a business to 15 to 30 minutes a day when you're already scrolling on Facebook, wasting time. We all have downtime, and we're all always on social media. So if you use that time to devote to Scentsy, you could be making money and having more success than you would yesterday. So Scentsy rarely comes from diving right in, or Scentsy success. It comes from going after it one stroke at a time. So it's something that you have to build upon. And then another thing that I'll say about people not having enough time, the busiest people are the best people to join Scentsy, because number one, they're well connected. Number two, they see people all the time. And number three, they know how to get shit done. Excuse my language. Busy people know how to prioritize and get the important things done. For me, I'm going to be honest with you, being a teacher and being at home all summer makes it hard to work my business. You would think, oh, I have all this time. No, yeah, I have all this time to sit around. and do whatever I feel like. I don't have a timeline to get things done. I have a list and I have things I want to get done, but when I'm teaching and I'm crazy busy, I am so much more productive. So when they say that they don't have enough time, empathize with them. Tell them why you're busy and how you fit it into your schedule. Tell them you don't work your business an hour, 3 hours a day. Because if you do, we need to talk and you're doing something wrong. We need to work less. We need to work smarter, not harder. You need to empathize with them and tell them how Scentsy's always on the go. How you can take things with them to all their kids' stuff, to work, to all the different places. Like, give them a reason to see that if you can make it fit, that they can make it fit. Because I'm telling you, you want the busy people. You want the people that are always out and about and with people and have all the kids and have all the things that they can do. So you want busy people. But remember, empathize with them. Do not downplay that they're busy. Give them a reason to see that even though they're busy, they can fit in 15 to 30 minutes a day of work in their business. Okay, somebody said, I hate sounding like a salesperson. Okay, well, number one, Scentsy is all about sharing a product that you love. If you are just selling to everyone you meet, then yeah, you're going to be a salesperson. I'm not a salesperson. I can't convince anybody to buy something off the street, but I share a product that I love. You do not have to be a salesperson or have a background in marketing or sales to be successful in this business. If you love the product, you're going to be able to sell it. If you're using the product, you're going to be able to sell it. If they're so worried about being a salesperson, I would explain to them how none of us are. I don't know that any of us have a marketing or business degree and we're just like super into sales and marketing. Share with them how we just are blessing families with scent for their home. I'm not knocking on doors and hounding people when they walk in my house to buy Scentsy. I'm sharing something that I love. Nobody wants to buy this stuff, is something I heard from someone. Well, number one, if that were the case, then no one would be successful and we wouldn't be $1 billion brand. Period. The first step is having a positive attitude towards the product and towards your company. So if someone thinks that and they are already like, oh no, I'm not going to be able to get anybody to buy, turn it around and make it positive. And if they are just being super negative, you probably just don't want them on your team anyway, because you don't want them to bring you down. And I'll be honest, I've never heard of someone that planned a party, had people come, and didn't sell a thing. When people see Scentsy, they smell Scentsy. They want it for themselves. They want their house to smell good. They want their mom's house to smell good. They want to buy gifts. So they want to, Scentsy is a sensory product. So yes, catalogs are important. Yes, Facebook posts are important. And yes, marketing on social media is important. But parties, getting Scentsy in people's hands, and being a great an amazing customer service representative is what's going to help you be successful. So just know that people do want to buy Scentsy. And if people don't want to buy Scentsy, then you need to find a different market, because that's crazy. Like, that's just crazy to me. Someone said, I don't know anyone. If you really don't know anyone, then that's amazing. That means the whole world is at your market. It doesn't matter who you knew when you signed up or what you knew when you signed up. It matters what you do once you sign up. So it's about how you work your business after you did. Remind people that even though this is an amazing company, you're signing up to be your own business owner. So your success and their success is up to them, and it's up to you. So it's super important to show people that businesses are always constantly growing. And the same thing goes for us. If we were limited to the people we only knew when we first started Scentsy, we would never grow. Because you gain customers through referrals, through parties, through events, through fundraisers. You have to advertise and work with other consultants or other people in your area to share customers, step out of your comfort zone, and create your own success. So I understand when people say, I don't know anyone, but I know numerous superstar directors who are military wives who literally have to pick up their business and move every 3 or 4 years. They would not continue to run a successful business and continue to be a superstar director if they let them saying, I don't know anyone, run their business. That's just facts. I have one more, and then if I didn't cover your objection, please post it here, and I will go ahead and talk about it. Someone said, people will say that the products are too expensive or I could buy wax at Walmart. Okay. Number one, you need to know your product, and you need to know what Scentsy sets Scentsy apart. So you need to be able to tell that person that's saying they could go buy Walmart wax that Scentsy wax is made from food grade paraffin wax. It's not candle wax. It's not going to burn you. It's safe for kids and pets to eat. It's safe for them to stick their hand in it and rub it all over the wall if that's what your kids do. Like, it's okay. And Walmart wax, I promise you, it doesn't do that. My mom used to use Walmart wax and Walmart warmers, and they got so hot it burned Mason's fingers. It's not okay. Our wax melts at a lower temperature, and when it releases scent into the air, it doesn't release all the chemicals that normal candles do. You're not getting the soot. You're not getting all the crazy stuff. Like I said before, the warmers don't get hot enough to burn, and neither does the wax. You don't have to worry about a flame. And our warmers come with a lifetime warranty. If it messes up and it's our fault or Scentsy's fault, they will replace it. It doesn't matter how long you've had it. As long as it's not like a dog chewing the cord, they're not going to replace that. But for things that are their fault, they will replace. So yes, people can go and buy Walmart wax or buy their candles from Bath and Body Works, but teaching them the safety of Scentsy a lot of times will turn people around. I was talking to Liz, she just got on here today, and she's not really ever used Scentsy before, and her son stuck his hand in one of the warmers and had the wax all over his hand. It didn't burn him. Sharing that with people makes a big difference, because a lot of people don't know that, because that's not just common knowledge in the Scentsy world. So sharing that you can stick your hand in it and it's not going to burn you, that will change a lot of people. Sharing that, like those Glade plugins, they, even when the oil runs out, they're still pulling power. So it can burn your house down, y'all. Like, I'm not joking when I say I don't use anything other than Scentsy, because it can and will burn your house down. Like, those things are still pulling power, and they could spark and do crazy things. So that is some of the things that I wrote down. There were a few other things that you guys wrote on the post I did, but some of those, like, I really just feel like those people need to just stay customers if they're just going to be super negative. If they say they just want to support your business and not join, let them do that. Ask them for all the referrals. Ask them for people that they may know that may be looking for an opportunity for extra income. Just remember to use those people. If you have amazing customers and amazing party hosts and they don't want to join, don't stress about it. Let them stay customers. Let them stay party hosts, and ask them for all the referrals. But like I said, to go back into the beginning, be honest with them. So be authentic. Listen. Don't interrupt them. Empathize with them. So if you're not a salesperson, say, that's great. I'm not a salesperson either. I'm in the business of sharing a product that I love, and I found success by simply sharing. I don't sell Scentsy. I share Scentsy. I share an experience. I share a way to fragrance your home. And if you want to purchase from me, that's great. And if you don't, that's fine with you too. I'm going to say bless you and move on. So just know that we need to find solutions to their problems. I hope that this was helpful. Give me a thumbs up or a heart or something if this was helpful. And I know there's like a 10-second delay, so if you have any other objections that I didn't go over. I tried to take notes the best that I could. Please ask them before I get off this call. Like I said, I hope this was helpful. Make sure you're taking their objections seriously. Don't downgrade it. Let them know that you understand. Let them know that you empathize and you were scared to join. Be honest with them. Like, be honest. If you were scared before you joined Scentsy, tell them that. I don't know very many people that weren't scared. But we're here, and we took the leap, and we're changing lives and blessing all the people. So, please, make sure that you are sharing the opportunity with people daily, weekly, monthly, not just during an incentive period. And the people will come. The people will see your success, and they will want to be a part of it. But like I said, if they even give you some type of excuse, that doesn't mean no forever. They're giving you the opportunity to give them a solution. So, anyway, y'all, I'm going to hop off here, and I hope this was helpful. Bye.